What is going on, YouTube? Mets fans, baseball fans, guys. My name is Randy, and this is where you get your latest Mets content. Let's get into some topics today. We're going to get right into some topics. The first topic we're going to get into is that the Mets split the series, guys. Yes, this was a very important split of the series for the New York Mets because they won the season series against the Dodgers. So now if they meet in the NLCS, the Mets will have home field advantage. So this was a big split of the series. Obviously, you did not want to split the series if you were the Mets and you were a Met fan. But when it comes to splitting the series, they had some opportunities to win that game, that last game, and they just couldn't get the job done. Jeff McNeil had multiple chances to get the job done and to get more runs on the board because they were already up 4-0, but they couldn't really execute. And at the end of the day, that's what happened. The Dodgers came back. Beatty made that big error. He threw it home. He double clutched that throw, and it was what it was. I mean, he threw to Alvarez. Alvarez was there. Alvarez couldn't catch the ball. And then Reed Garrett got the ball behind him. He got the ball. He was able to tag him, but he was able to tag him if Alvarez wasn't in the way. So Alvarez was in his way, and at the end of the day, the Mets split the series. This just sucks though because the Mets continue to be one of the worst teams in runners in scoring position. This is a problem that the Mets really need to work on. This is a really big issue. Because, yes, they are one of the best teams in baseball. I mean, they're 39-24, a great record, and they're doing great. But with runners in scoring position, they're not getting the job done. So the Mets got to do better when it comes to executing, when it comes to piling on more runs. And you saw that with the Dodgers. You let the Dodgers come back. You let the Dodgers prevail, and it sucked. But the Mets split the series. This was not what you wanted, but it was okay. At the end of the day, it was okay. You split the series against the Dodgers, one of the best teams in baseball. So at this point, but what I really liked about this series is that they kind of looked equal when it comes to the offense. It wasn't like, oh, this team is way better than this team. No, like they were going pound for pound. And they looked pretty equal. And yes, I know that the Dodgers are missing a lot of pitching. Tyler Glasnow, Blake Snell, a whole bunch of pitching. So I get that. And they're missing also in the bullpen. So I understand that maybe with that, maybe they wouldn't be as equal with the Mets. But who knows? At the end of the day, the Mets are one of the best teams in all of baseball. And they are really playing well. And to split the series against the Dodgers just shows you where the Mets are and that they are one of the top teams in baseball. So that's all we want. We just want our team to be the best team in baseball. Now, what I want to get into here, and yeah, we're going to get into the next topic here. And this is not a topic that it warms my heart. This is not a topic that makes me happy. Like, I don't want to get on this guy, but I'm going to have to. And it is what it is. So let's get right into it, guys. Francisco Alvarez. Oh, my God. Francisco Alvarez. This guy is just not doing himself any favors, especially with that play that you saw to, Beatty throw. He couldn't catch the ball, and then he blocked Reed Garrett from making the tag. It's just not looking good. Defensively, a lot of passed balls recently from Francisco Alvarez. This guy is just not looking like the Francisco Alvarez he was in his first full year in the major leagues. So I think when it comes to this guy, though, there are some offensive issues. And this guy is really struggling offensively. Horrible. And the thing is, his approach to me looks off. He looks like he doesn't know what type of hitter he wants to be. He doesn't know if he wants to pull the ball. He doesn't know if he wants to hit the ball straight away. He just doesn't know what to really do. And it kind of sucks because this guy did so much work in the offseason to get better, to change some things. And right now, the results are not looking good. They're not. And it sucks because it's like Met fans are trying to be patient with him, and the Mets are trying to be patient with him. But when you got a guy like Luis Torrens who gives you day in and day out quality at bats, it's like it doesn't put Alvarez in a good position. So when it comes to Francisco Alvarez, all I want is for this guy to find it. And in that night, in the last inning for that Tanner Scott was closing, Francisco Alvarez was taking some hard swings against Tanner Scott, and he got a hit. But we've seen a lot of different swings from Alvarez lately. We've seen the hard swing, and we've seen the more level swing. And it seems like the more level swing is just not working for him. It's like the swing is not working for him, but maybe it's his mechanics. I don't know. But there is definitely issues when it comes to Francisco Alvarez. And I just want this guy to be better. I want this guy to be the guy that hits you 20-something home runs, in his first full season. And right now, he's only had one home run. And he didn't hit that home run. That was 2 or 3 weeks ago? So, to me, Alvarez, his performance offensively and defensively is concerning. And I just don't like it. I'm not a fan of what's going on with Alvarez. I don't know what exactly he has to change with his hitting mechanics. Because in the summer, in the offseason, he made the change to change some things with his mechanics. But it's not looking like the results are positive. So I honestly don't know right now when it comes to Alvarez. I'm hoping the best for him, but it honestly, it's not what you want when it comes to the young star that Alvarez looked to be. And now people are saying he's a bust. People are saying he isn't that good. And he's had a lot of injuries. It's tough. Let's get into our last topic of the day, guys. And that is going to be the defense. The Mets defense, plain example, a perfect example was that play yesterday. Brett Beatty. His defense has been really good lately. But that throwing to home plate, it just seems to be a real disadvantage for the New York Mets. Like, they get the yips when it comes to throwing to home plate. And it sucks to see. Because you got Pete Alonso making throws to home plate that go way off the home plate. And then you got Brett Beatty making low throws. That's just not what you want to see. Defense is a big thing to win games. You need good defense. You need great defense. And the Mets are just not playing great defense right now. And it is concerning. It is. But this starts with Alvarez. This starts with, Pete Alonso. Defense needs to be better. And Lindor. Lindor hasn't been that good defensively this year at all. Not at all. But he hasn't been as great as you think he would be. He's made some errors. And not everybody is perfect. But we can't. And Brandon Nimmo, another example. That game against the Dodgers, that last play. Brandon Nimmo couldn't make the play. It was a fly out, probability of 75%. And Nimmo couldn't catch the ball. So at this point, I just want the defense to be better. That's all I want. I want defense to be better. And hats off to Brandon Nimmo, who's been one of the best defenders in the league this season. His defensive metrics are looking really good, but the Mets got to be better on defense, guys. I mean, we got to get better. That's all I want. All the Met fans, that's just all we want. So, to recap, the Mets split the series. It was what it was. I mean, at least you didn't get swept. It could be worse. Alvarez needs to pick it up. He needs to pick it up. Because the Mets fans are losing hope in him. And then you got the Mets defense, who just has to be better. If you enjoyed the video, definitely do me a favor. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. You guys are awesome. Have a good one. I love GM.